Chipotle Mexican Grill, home of the burrito the size of your forearm and the infamous guac-upcharge that feels like a personal attack.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
It's a place where you can load up on fresh ingredients, customized to your heart's content. And then, when you reach the register, be hit with a bill that makes you question your life choices. You might find yourself thinking, am I paying for a burrito or financing someone's college tuition? But why is Chipotle so expensive? Is it the organic beans, the free-range chickens, or the fact that they know we just can't say no to the guac? Today, we're unwrapping the layers of that pricey burrito to find out why we're paying so much for something wrapped in a tortilla. Spoiler alert, it's not because they've started including a side of gold flakes. Cue the dramatic music. There's been a lot of speculation swirling around Chipotle's prices over the years. Sure, they claim it's because of their commitment to fresh, responsibly sourced ingredients. But some folks out there, let's call them burrito truthers, believe there's more to it than that. What if Chipotle's premium pricing is part of a grand conspiracy to control how we think about food? Stick with me here. Some say that Chipotle's strategy is to make us associate healthy and sustainable with expensive. The idea? Make it so that every time you drop $12 on a burrito, you feel like you're making a choice for the planet, your body, and, let's be honest, your Instagram feed. A $5 taco from a food truck just doesn't have the same vibe. Then there's the theory that Chipotle's sourcing practices, especially when it comes to avocados, are part of a larger plot involving global agriculture. Avocados are so popular now that their prices have shot up faster than your lunch bill. And some people think Chipotle might just be taking advantage of this trend to pad their margins. Could the humble guacamole be at the center of an international avocado cartel conspiracy? Probably not, but it does make you wonder why you're paying more for a scoop of guac than for an entire bag of chips. Whatever the case may be, conspiracy or not, there's no denying that Chipotle has turned its menu into a culinary status symbol. The more expensive the burrito, the better you feel about eating it, right? Or at least that's what they want us to think. Let's roll it back to the early 90s, 1993 to be exact. Steve Ells, a fresh-faced Culinary Institute of America graduate, opened the first ever Chipotle in Denver, Colorado. But here's the twist. His original dream wasn't to start a burrito empire. In fact, Ells wanted to open a fine dining restaurant. The idea for Chipotle came after he noticed the popularity of taquerias in San Francisco's Mission District, where people lined up for big, fresh burritos. Seeing an opportunity, Ells decided to open a casual burrito joint to help fund his fine dining ambitions. The concept was simple. Make burritos with fresh, quality ingredients, serve them fast, and watch people come back for more. In the early days, Chipotle's menu was as streamlined as it gets. Burritos, tacos, and chips. No fancy bowls, no lifestyle marketing, and certainly no cauliflower rice. What set them apart, though, was El's obsession with quality. Chipotle wasn't just slapping together ingredients. Every burrito was a mini masterpiece with no frozen food, no shortcuts, and definitely no microwaves. People loved it. The burritos were big, fresh, and packed with flavor. Word spread fast, and before long, Chipotle had opened multiple locations around Denver. But things really took off in 1998 when McDonald's came knocking. That's right, the McDonald's. At the time, McDonald's was looking to diversify its investments and saw potential in Chipotle's fast casual concept, which was completely different from traditional fast food. McDonald's initially invested about $50 million into Chipotle, becoming its largest investor. This massive infusion of capital helped Chipotle expand rapidly. Over the next few years, Chipotle opened hundreds of new locations. By 2005, thanks to McDonald's backing, Chipotle had grown from a local favorite with just a few locations to a nationwide sensation, with over 500 restaurants. By the time McDonald's decided to divest from Chipotle in 2006 to focus on its core business, Chipotle's growth had skyrocketed. McDonald's had invested around $360 million in total, but when they sold their shares, they walked away with a hefty profit of around $1.5 billion. This exit allowed Chipotle to go public in 2006, marking another milestone in its meteoric rise. Of course, with great success comes great price hikes. As the chain expanded, so did the prices, and suddenly, your cheap and fresh lunch options started to feel like a splurge. But hey, at least the guac was still good, right? By the time the 2010s rolled around, Chipotle wasn't just a restaurant, it was a cultural phenomenon. It was the kind of place you could go to for a quick meal and still feel like you were making a healthy, ethical choice. Millennials loved it, college students practically lived on it, and anyone who was remotely health conscious could feel good about choosing Chipotle over the mystery meat from a drive-thru. But there was a catch. As Chipotle's popularity soared, so did the prices. What was once an affordable meal started creeping into the "do I really want to spend this much on lunch?" territory. And yet, people kept coming back because Chipotle had done something no other fast food chain had done. They made fast food feel special. There's a certain pride in unwrapping a Chipotle burrito. It's like saying, yes, I spent $12 on this, but it's okay because it's fresh, it's sustainable, and look at all these toppings. And let's not forget the portion sizes. Chipotle is nothing if not generous with its portions. You're not just paying for food, you're paying for what feels like 3 meals in one. But with great burritos comes great responsibility, especially when it comes to your wallet. Over time, people began to wonder, is this really worth it? After all, how much are you willing to pay for ethically sourced chicken and some freshly made salsa? Spoiler, a lot, apparently. Chipotle's menu may seem straightforward, but don't be fooled. There's a lot more going on behind those glass sneeze guards than meets the eye. Burritos, bowls, tacos, and salads. Easy, right? Well, not exactly. The real trick is in the customization. Chipotle has perfected the art of making you feel like you're building the burrito of your dreams, $1 $2 guac-charge at a time. Let's break it down. You start with a base, rice and beans, maybe some veggies if you're feeling virtuous. Then comes the protein. Do you go for the classic chicken, the spicy barbacoa, maybe the vegan-friendly sofritas? Whatever you choose, you've got options. Delicious, expensive options. But here's where things get sneaky. Just when you think you're in the clear, the employee hits you with the ultimate question. Would you like guac? And even though you know it's going to cost extra, you say yes. Why? Because you're already in too deep. And let's face it, what's a Chipotle meal without guac? That extra $2 for guacamole? It's not just a suggestion, it's a test of your financial commitment to the burrito lifestyle. And the worst part, you'll pay it every time. Then of course, there's the salsa situation. Green, red, corn, medium, mild, hot. It's a veritable salsa rainbow, and before you know it, your bowl is overflowing with toppings, and your total is inching closer to $15. But hey, at least you got everything you wanted, right? Alright, let's get down to it. Why does eating at Chipotle feel like you're signing up for a payment plan? It all starts with their core promise. Fresh, responsibly sourced ingredients, no freezers, and yep, no shortcuts. But that commitment comes with a price, literally. Unlike most fast food chains where food comes pre-cooked and frozen, Chipotle does everything fresh, from chopping vegetables to grilling meats, all in-house every day. That means no freezers, no microwaves, and no preservatives. Sounds great, right? But fresh ingredients cost a lot more, and Chipotle suppliers aren't your standard fast food vendors. They source meats from farms that treat animals humanely, using no antibiotics or hormones, which is not just good for your conscience, it's pricey. Ethical farming is more labor-intensive and expensive, and those extra costs land squarely on your burrito bowl. Then, there's the infamous guacamole upcharge. Every time you hear, guac is extra, is that okay? It's like they're daring you. But here's the thing. Avocados are expensive. The global demand for them has skyrocketed, making them a high-cost commodity. Chipotle uses only fresh, ripe avocados, meaning they pay top dollar, and so do you. But it's not just the guac. Have you noticed how Chipotle doesn't skimp on portions? Those massive burritos? They're no joke, but more food means more ingredients, and that comes with a bigger bill. Plus, Chipotle pays their employees above minimum wage, offers benefits, and provides tuition assistance. This makes them a great employer, but higher labor costs also contribute to the higher price of your meal. Then there's another hidden cost: Chipotle's sustainability efforts. Chipotle is committed to using recyclable or compostable packaging materials, which means they're not cutting corners when it comes to environmental impact. These little eco-friendly touches add to the overall expense, but for those who value sustainability, it's a price they're willing to pay. Lastly, there's Chipotle's branding. They've positioned themselves as the premium fast casual option. You're not just paying for fresh ingredients, but also for the idea that you're eating better food. Chipotle's higher prices create a sense of quality, making you feel like you're getting a healthy, ethical meal that's worth the splurge. So, the next time you're digging into that burrito and wondering why it costs more than a typical fast food meal, remember, you're paying for freshness, quality, ethical sourcing, and yes, the extra guac. Another factor in Chipotle's rising prices: technology. As the world becomes increasingly digital, Chipotle has followed suit, investing heavily in online ordering systems, mobile apps, and delivery services. This makes it easier for you to get your burrito fix from the comfort of your couch, but it also adds to the cost. Building and maintaining an app isn't cheap. Chipotle also has to pay fees to third-party delivery services like DoorDash and Uber Eats, which take a cut of each order. Plus, they've introduced the Chipotle lane, a drive-through lane designed exclusively for online orders, further enhancing the convenience, but also the cost, of grabbing your burrito on the go. All these innovations require investment, and that's reflected in your bill. While these technologies offer more convenience, they also come with a premium price. And let's face it, when you can order Chipotle from your phone without leaving the house, it's easy to justify paying a little extra. After all, convenience is priceless. So, why is Chipotle so expensive? The short answer is that they've built their brand on fresh, ethically sourced ingredients, big portions, sustainability efforts, and a commitment to quality that doesn't come cheap. Whether or not it's worth, the price is up to you. For some, it's an indulgence, a treat-yourself moment that justifies the extra cost. For others, it's a regular go-to because they believe in Chipotle's mission and appreciate the quality. And for a select few, it's about being able to tell their friends, yes, I spent $15 on lunch, but it's responsibly sourced lunch. At the end of the day, Chipotle has carved out a unique place in the fast casual world. It's not just about the food, it's about the values behind the food. And while that might cost a little extra, plenty of people are willing to pay for it. So, what do you think? Is Chipotle's premium price justified, or are we all just paying way too much for burritos? Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, check out some of our other deep dives into overpriced foods. Because one thing's for sure, there's always a story behind that price tag.